everybody, welcome back to Big D's and Liam's Custom Garage. It is Wednesday's episode. Today, we are back on the 350. Yay! We are going to be installing the water pump today. Yes, it's the only thing we are installing today. I'm having some issues with my back, but most of all, we forgot to go and buy a harmonic balancer install tool.
Yeah.
And without the harmonic balancer install tool, it kind of gets in the way of installing all the rest of the accessories. So we're pretty much just gonna show you guys how to properly install the water pump, and Liam is going to show you how to properly install an oil pressure gauge sending unit in the back of the block.
Just a standard GM one, nothing crazy.
Yep, just standard, goes to the electric auto meters, right?
Yeah.
You bought them years ago, they're auto meter, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Auto meter digital gauges that are in dark sense. So, but they also work with any other electric gauge. So the water pump we are installing, yes, originally was aluminum. Then we painted it red when I redid the motor in 2009. And then Liam this morning for me, before I got over here, repainted it back to aluminum so it looks proper. Now this is a high flow Y-end water pump, which is better than stock. It flows the water at a higher rate. They're mainly used for racing and street performance applications. So over stock, it's going to help your motor cool better. So it's going to have better, quicker flow.
Yeah.
So
Make sure you get make sure you upgrade your radiator with this too, to support the extra flow.
Yeah, if you
Because
can.
small factory radiators might not be able to take the flow of this.
Well, they can. It's just if you want your full efficiency, you're probably going to want to switch to an aluminum radiator to go along with this water pump. You can get by without it. It won't cool as effectively. Kind of like with Void.
Well, as long as your most stock radiators could take it, like some bigger older ones.
Yeah. Which the stock radiator that came out
That's not
dark.
stock. That's a 4-core, not a 2-core. Stock radiator was 2-core. We changed it when I got the car.
Having a 4-core
should be fine.
That would definitely handle, pretty much anything over a 1-core radiator will be sufficient. And if you look at the back side, they're also rebuildable.
Yeah, so if any problems, you can get a rebuild kit from Wyand and you're golden.
Yep, get a rebuild kit from Wyand, from Summit, from Jags.
And you don't have to buy a whole new piece.
Yeah, you won't have to buy a whole new water pump. Just buy the rebuild kit, rebuild the water pump, you're good to go.
And your factory, we use the factory, this is like stock from the...
That's a heater hose.
Yeah, so it uses your factory stuff.
Yeah,
so
normally I would
take it out of the old one and put it in the new one.
Yeah, if you're not planning on running a heater, you can just take that out and put a plug in there and you're fine.
Actually, I think it comes with a factory plug. I don't know where that went, but...
Yeah. So that's our water pump that's going to be going back on. Liam's going to show you guys how to install the oil pressure sending unit. And then, of course, Monday, hopefully we should have all the rest of what we need bolt-wise and stuff to...
finish it off.
Yeah, finish putting the front of the motor together.
Wednesday, we have no idea.
Yeah, we have no clue what's going to happen next Wednesday.
We'll probably know by Saturday, so watch the live stream. We'll update you then.
Yeah. Yes, do not miss our live streams on Saturdays, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard
Because we
Time.
mostly do our planning on the live stream as we just talk through it
Yes.
and figure out what we're going to do. So.
And just remember, guys, in about, I would say within, the next 8 to 9 weeks, some of you will be going through the time change.
Yeah.
So
We'll keep an eye out for that.
So when that comes up, obviously our time doesn't change in Arizona.
So yeah, when the time changes over, we'll be switching to Mountain Time instead of Pacific Standard Time. So
Something like that.
So
yes.
keep an eye out.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started now. Sorry for the rambling. It's early in the morning. Here we go. All right, guys, welcome back. As you can see, here is the front of our motor. The last time you guys saw it, we put our intake on, our valve covers, our headers, and as you guys can see now that it's been pretty much a week since we did this. This silicone, look at that, nice and firm. That thing sealed up beautifully.
Now, if you're OCD and you don't like the look of that, at this point you can trim it.
Yeah, you can trim it off a little bit.
Don't go crazy.
Yeah, because if you go crazy, it will leak.
So you can just take off the big bumps or something like that. If it
Yeah, if it irritates you, you can do stuff like that. But as you can see, she's sealed up good. Now, we're going to go ahead, going to take our blue RTV, because remember in a previous episode we told you guys anything to do with coolant, water, antifreeze uses your blue RTV, and pretty much everything else uses your black. So, got our gaskets here. Open up our RTV here. And just like everything else, put a little on my finger. And run it around here, like so. Liam's over there getting his black RTV ready for his installation of the oil pressure sending unit in the back of the block for you guys. And remember again, guys, this does not take a lot. We're just clipping this on. Although we are using a high pressure pump, well, not high pressure, high flow. So around the main hole, we might want to put just a little extra, like so. Put our cap back on for a second. Oh wait, nope, can't do that yet. Wait, yeah I do. Sticking this and going. Okay, now you're gonna say, why do those have two holes? Well, over here on this side, sometimes they use the bottom hole for other mounting stuff. So you got to have that deeper gasket. And for some reason now they just go ahead and send two of the same gasket. But what you do is after you're done installing, you can install it facing upwards like this. And after you're done doing your complete install, just come back with a razor knife along the top of the water pump and just real cleanly just cut that excess off, and you'll never know. And that's exactly what we're going to do and show you guys how to do it. So you can do it at home. But since this stuff tacks up so quick, I got to get this side stuck before I can put it on this side. So remember that, guys. Gasket sealer, stick your gasket. Gasket sealer, stick your gasket. Then move on to the water pump. Okay, get her nice and lined up, nice and firm, like so. She's right over the holes. Now, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna do this side. Now on this side, since it has the 3 holes, this will face down. Now I will tell you guys here in a minute, when I go to start putting the bolts in, I'll I'll show you guys the first two bolts of me just putting them in with fingers. And then while I'm starting the next two bolts, Liam will be doing his install of the oil pressure sending unit. Oops. Glad I caught that. You guys probably would have gave me a little bit of grief for that one. I forgot to hit the bottom hole down here. That is rather important. Always got to hit that bottom hole. Liam's over there dying behind the camera. Always got to make sure you hit that bottom hole. Oh my God. Yep. That's our sense of humor and twisted minds, guys. Told you it's going to start coming out eventually. And it will gradually get worse and worse. We have very, very twisted senses.
We try to keep things PG-13, you know, just
on the channel, but realistically,
yeah.
oh my God, you guys meet us in person and we'll be like, holy shit. I'm mostly known for being the very creepy version of Weird Al. I change lyrics to songs, but I'm very good at making them creepy and extremely dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Where Weird Al just makes them weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, those gaskets are stuck. If Liam could kindly please pass me a couple of paper towels so I can get this Smurf shit off the tip of my finger, that would be great. Yes, I said Smurf shit. Even though I'm just getting ready to put more right back on the tip of my finger as soon as I grab this water
You don't want to
pump.
get it all over the water pump, even though I can grab it for you.
This is true. He can grab me the water pump, but yeah. Anyway.
The going goes on one way, so you're not going to put it on upside down or backwards.
No, yeah, they literally go on one direction. If you can figure out how to put them on another direction, I'll give you frickin' props for that. Because literally, they cannot be mounted upside down. They do not work.
Yeah. This points down.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay. Now, gasket sealer. My first two bolts. Lay one there. And lay one here. These are the original bolts, guys. As you can see, like I did with everything else. Don't spend your money buying polished out bolts. Use the ones that you can. Take them to a wire wheel on your bench grinder. Spend a little bit of time. It cleans them up. It polishes them out. They look great. And you save money. Okay? Alrighty then. Okay, we're going to slap on. Do not do it on here because it'll make this shit move. Do it on the back side of the pump. So, I'm going to take, got the pump laying face down on my lap. Or nose down, or however you want to call it. I like when things are nose down in my lap. Oh, I'm on a roll today. Yeah, Liam got me started, and for those of you that know us personally, once one of us gets the other started, it's very hard to shut it off.
Yeah.
Now, all this stuff, how we're installing it, and it having days and days to set up, and really, really, really cure. You guys ain't gonna have no leaks with this motor. Nope.
Unless you have to change something, then yeah.
Yeah. If you have to change something and it starts leaking after that, that's on you. Just saying. Okay. Again, we got our gasket sealer on the back side of our pump. We got it on the face of our block. We got our gaskets in place. We got our bolts laying up where they're easy accessible. Now, we're going to take this, get it straight, Try to lean back, use your holes as some guides. There's one, and there's two. We have touchdown. Okay, I'm gonna run this bolt through here. I forgot one crucial thing.
What's that?
Blue RTV on the threads. And I will tell you guys why. All 4 of these bolts, you have to do this. Because we need more than that.
Okay.
Like, don't squeeze it.
Teamwork.
Yeah. You just roll it into the thread. Like so, yes, like I said, all these bolts go into water jackets. If you do not put silicone RTVs on the threads, you will have a massive coolant leak. So, yes, guys, on the threads. All 4 bolts. All I'm going to do with this one is Liam got me one of the other bolts ready, so I'm just going to swap them out. Like so. Okay. That one is in place. And this one's in place. Okay. So,
Look at the bottom.
no, you need to.
I'll let you do this. Most of it won't go on.
Yeah. While he's doing that, I'm gonna finish getting these bolts installed.
Now, we're going to be installing the oil pressure sending unit. I have it right here. Along with the silicone, I'm going to need to install it in the back of the block right here. I'll zoom in a little bit. Right there, back of the block. Alright, pretty much the same thing we did with the bolts to the front, just a little less.
Now remember, that's a pressurized system, but most of all, do not, I repeat, do not get silicone in the hole.
Yeah, in the end. In the end.
It will screw it up and cause it to foul, and it will not work.
Yeah. So nothing even near it. And just tighten it down with fair adjustables. Don't need to really torque on it or anything. Just get it in there even tight.
Now, I will tell you guys this, you don't need to torque down your water pump bolts. Just freaking use your own judgment and just kind of
Pretty much like
just kind of wrench down on them a little bit. Don't friggin' He-Man them, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
You want them good and tight.
All right, that's in place.
Okay, so Liam got the oil pump sending unit installed.
Oil pressure sending unit.
Yeah, oil press. Sorry.
It's one of those mornings.
And then I now have the water pump installed. All the bolts are nice and tightened up. We got our snouts looking good. As you can see, she's She's gonna work great, guys. I can't wait to really get her fired up here, hopefully within the next couple weeks on the stand. But now I'm gonna show you real quick. See, we got that ear sticking out, eyesore. You guys don't want to look at that, now do you? You know, yeah, got some grease on the front of the motor, but you know what? That nice paint that we put on there, look at that. Wipes right off. So it makes it easy for detailing, guys. When you go to car shows, get your paper towel or a rag out, just come along and just wipe down the paint, and you're good to go. Let me get my razor knife real quick. Anyway, okay. So just like when you guys saw us doing the taping off and stuff, just kind of go around your edge with your X-Acto knife. Yes, I do know what the hell this thing is called. Believe it or not, I used to be an artist and like to do art, so I know what X-Acto knives are. Used them many times in the art world. Also, what you guys don't know, I'm also a musician. Not in a band. Don't have any musical instruments at the moment, but I am a musician. Okay, we're getting close. You don't want to like really go He-Man on this thing. You can feel when you're cut all the way through it and you're hitting metal on the block. I've pretty much got the whole top and back side cut free. I just got to get this right here. It's being a little stubborn, but I think I got it. And boom, there we go.
Can't even tell.
Yep. Clean off the little excess of the gasket sealer there. Look at that. I didn't even scrape it off the razor blade using that extra gasket, leftover piece of gasket. Okay, just scrape that off like that. There we go. There you go. Water pump's installed, trimmed off the access part of the gasket. Again, like I said, guys, you don't need to torque these down. Use your own judgment. Yes, they need to be tight. Not barely over finger tight. I mean tight, but not to where you need a friggin' 10-foot breaker bar to get the damn things back off. Okay? Use your own judgment on that. And if at all possible, ideally with gasket sealer, you want to let the part sit for at least 24 hours before starting it and stuff. You want to kind of give it some time to get some cure time under it. Don't go and start it up right after you're done putting it back together. I mean, you can, but you take a lot more risk of it leaking. Ideally, you want to let it sit overnight, 24 hours, whatever. That way it has some time to set up and cure. Then you don't have to worry about it again. So, yeah, this nice brand new Wyand water pump. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer here. Brand new Wyand water pump. You can see how the nose has like a tornado, cyclone-ish fin design on it. That's to help get that water moving through there. All aluminum, lightweight. Just got to get everything else cleaned up and ready to go. So, anyway. Well, that's that. Me and Liam will be back with you just in a second to do the outro. All right? See you in just a minute. All right, everybody. We're back. So, yeah, as you saw, we got that nice Wyand water pump back installed on the motor. Liam got our oil pressure sending unit installed. Sorry, today's video couldn't be a little bit more eventful. it would have been if I would not have forgotten to get the harmonic balancer installed to it. Now I know some of you at home are saying, just tap it on with a rubber mallet. Yeah, you can do that if you want to take the risk of messing up your cam bearing, or not your cam bearings, your crank bearings and your rod bearings because you're driving it back. Yes, that will happen. A lot of people don't realize that. Hey, when I was younger, don't get me wrong, I was guilty of doing that same shit, taking a ball peen hammer, beating the crap out of the harmonic balancer until it was on. But that's not the proper way to do it.
Yeah,
So,
if one of your engine lasts more than 100 laps, might want to do that.
and I mean, it's very simple, guys. The install tool is literally a really long bolt with a nut on it and a really thick washer, and it literally screws into the nose of the crank. You hold the end of the bolt with a wrench, and then you put another wrench on the nut, and you use that to suck in the harmonic balancer onto the crank. It's very simple. You could even probably make one at home with a piece of thread all and a couple nuts and some washers if you had the right size thread all. We're gonna probably get that stuff over the weekend and finish cleaning up and repainting some parts. And then that will make that to where Monday and Wednesday of next week we'll be able to finish up the accessories on the front of the motor and hopefully be able to get the starter and flywheel reinstalled. And in case you guys were wondering, never heard anything back from the guys running the car show from Sunday.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of guessing and assuming I didn't win the motorcycle class. But again, that's okay. I got some great recognition from other people at the car show that made me feel good and showed me that my hard work paid off and people actually like it. So there we go. So anyway, we will see you guys again on Saturday on the live stream, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please like the videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Click that bell over in the corner so you get first alerts every time we post something new. We will see you guys Saturday. I'm Big D.
And I'm Liam.
And we're out.